Hi, family. Okay. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. It's not even afternoon, it's in the evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me make sure I'm turned up. Good. So, my title is These Are the Times We All Live For. No, that's not it. Greetings. Hi, everyone. At this time, I'm doing great. Well, I feel okay. I feel good. Because regardless of what, I'm still here. Right? So, if we still alive and we still here, and these are the things that that life brings, whether it is happy, sad, or you just feel whatever. I don't know. You can feel the way you want to feel. What I would say is you got to be in control of your own destiny. How you do that? Your own belief. Life is going to happen. You can't stop it from happening. And let me stop so I can say a prayer. Dear Lord, Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Thy kingdom come, your will be done on the earth as it is in your heavens. Lord, I appreciate everything that you've done for me. I ask of you, forgive me of my trespasses, those that I trespass against. Lead me not into the path of temptation, but lead me into the path of deliverance for your name's sake. Ashe. Most High, I ask you to watch over me, block every evil eye. Archangel Michael, all the archangels that watches over me. Guide me with your guiding light. Let me be all of you and none of me. Let me speak your words as you permit me to speak. All thy goodness and your greatness. Thank you for your mercy that covered me. Thank you for the race that you've given me. Thank you for the fight that you got me to fight. The fight that's in me. Thank you for the fire that you have given me. That you call me to be, made me to be a leader as your chosen Aries. Now, I'm not going to keep saying whether it's about chosen. If you listen to my words, it would just speak for itself. So I'm here to uplift and inspire and enlighten. That's what I'm here to do, is inspire and enlighten. That doesn't make me perfect, but I'm perfect in the eyes of the Lord, because when you think about your heart being right and your spirit is at peace, and you think about being peaceful, you think about being balanced. I spent a lot of time of my life figuring out what's my balance, thinking about how I wanted to live life, how I wanted to show up in life. How you want to show up in this life. Life is going to life, and it's going to do some things and put some obstacles in your path. That doesn't mean you're supposed to lose sight of you. What it is is there to challenge you, to help you to see some things. If you learn some things in your journey from your younger self into your older version of yourself, what did you gain? If you learn something and you learn to be wiser, you learn the tricks of the trade, you learn that this world is there to help guide you and grab you and put you on the wrong path, or it can lead you down the right path. Listen, there's no such thing that the enemy can put some people in place. Now, I want to make this very clear. The devil is not our enemy. It is not. I'm going to say it again. Sataners, or people that say, oh, that's Satan, they're evil. They are not. They are our trusted, most guided friends. Now, I'm going to tell you the ones that it's not. Those are Satan workers. You see? Not Satan worshipers. The worshipers are the ones that are the problems. They don't know. Satan knows. It works for the Most High. Okay? All those spirits, Leviathan, Ammon, what's the other one? Lucifer, whatever their names is. There's a lot of them. I wrote them down because I need to learn to remember them by heart so I can be able to teach it to you guys. But at whatever case, things will still be prescribed to you. Y'all will find that either way, as long as I go along. I'm not a YouTube. I'm not going to say I'm not a YouTuber anymore. I'm not a tarot reader yet. It just didn't hit me, so I don't do that. So I know it's be picked up as if I'm a reader. I am a reader, but I don't read cards. I read people. I read things, situations, and circumstance like that. But as far as that, I didn't get there, so I don't do it. That doesn't mean I'm never going to do it. That's just not where I'm at right now. So this is what I am able to do, and this is what the Lord told me to do. Speak to my people. So if I'm able to speak and uplift and teach at the same time, whatever it is that you want to call me, then I'm just a child of God. I work for the Most High. I believe that's all I know. And that's all I believe that any of us, that's all we ever need to know, is that it's one that is faithful, never turn his back on us, never quit on you because we feel like we want to quit, doesn't die because we feel like, oh, I want to throw in the towel, I'm ready to give up. Even when we get to that and the Lord take over and he said, no, your time is not yet. What you want to do? Oh, no, I'm going to still take myself. I'm going to take all these pills. I'm going to stay. Even if you try it and it's not your time, the Lord is not going to let it happen. Now, you know how to do it. What I'm saying, so when you cry and you going through these things, and we said the Lord is always there. He never left our side. He never watched us cry and just never kissed our tears and never dried our eyes. When I was scared and I was in so much fear, who was in fear with me? If you was by yourself, who was there with you? What I'm saying is, you would have to know that you and yourself did not give up on you. So if you cried, who cried with you? You and the God that's in you. Who heard your tears? You and that one. What did you have to have? That spirit in you. If you have the spirit in you and you have God said, I gave you everything. I'm planted my seeds. I'm in your bloodstreams. I flow through your essence. I made you in my image. You don't see? So when we don't know where God is at, we say, I don't know where the Lord is at. I got to search for him. Okay. After you get finished looking and you realize, I don't even know what I'm looking for. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. Well, if you don't have anything else, this is to everybody. Please listen. If you don't have anything else to go by, why won't you use yourself? Why don't we think about Let me reflect on me, not just your outer face and your outer, just your physical, but aren't you a spirit? Aren't you a guide, a light? Don't you belong to someone that you said you give power to beyond your own sight? It doesn't matter which one you serve. You got to serve one and you got to praise one. You can't, you going to love one and hate the other. If those that think that, oh, I could have both, I could be on both sides, you can't, because God said, I'm going to spit you out. I don't like nobody in the middle. Okay? You just can't. You either going to embrace one, leave one, and join to the other. Now, Satan is what it is. That spirit is what I'm saying. It knows who and not to mess with. It knows it in the spirit before you. It knows it before us. Now, the minions that it uses, they don't know. They don't. They don't know who they're coming up against. They just see somebody that look messable, you know. Oh, this one, let me see if I can pick with her and or him and mess around with his life and put some spells. Or this one is a good one. I think I want to keep this one. Or I think I want to turn this one. Let's see who could turn, who could get with us. And if they don't, we just going to use them if we find them worthy or something valuable. Listen, when you work for the Most High, that means you have authority and power and dominion, and you work for that one. Why would the other one? It only have one power. It only has one. And I'm not saying this is not a strength and it's not a force. But listen, nothing is more forceful than to have two powers, and you belong to the one that owns everything and that gives to everybody all things. All enlightenment. Some of us choose to use it or not. I mean, okay. We cannot make somebody think or feel the strength for themselves. We cannot make parents cannot make their children to be strong. You can teach them examples of this is for mothers and fathers. We could teach them to be strong. We could teach them how to be observant in life. We can give them encouragement. You can take them to school. You can change their diapers. You can do all of those things. But when your kids get old enough, what do? Well, you encourage them to live life right. If they remember good teachings, then they should go out and about and living their life right. They should be conscious. Now, you got kids that goes against the grain. They like to see their wild side. They want to test to see if they can get close to where you know you can get in trouble if the authorities came after you. But you don't want to actually get there. You want to get close enough to where it look like, or they can even chase you. Listen, I'm talking about having a wild side, not just with the cops only or seeing if you can get locked up. Whatever that wild side is, being somebody almost to a pope, almost going to the grave, to going all the way, getting close, but not finishing up. Not hitting a whole mark or hitting a home run. What I'm saying is, yes, should we live this life in a way where we should live it as fun? We should have an experience. It is a learning experience if you choose wisely. Why shouldn't you win? Why shouldn't life work out for you? I'm not saying it's not a challenge, but if you looked at life like I did, I saw life as a challenge. I looked at it as life, this is going to be fun. You know why? Because life, you never know what to expect, and you don't know how it's going to come. But I can tell you one thing. You don't have to know how it's going to come. You just need to know, do I know enough about me that no matter what it is, I'm going to get through. I'm going to figure it out. If I got to cry, I don't know what it is, but whatever the situation is, do you know yourself enough to say it's not enough to stop me? It's not enough to break me. If you going through stuff or whatever your trials is, okay, I'll give you, let me see. Okay. tell you about, even for my youth, like I don't think about letting things stop me, because if it did, I mean, depending on what it is, and if being abandoned, or not even abandoned, but going through situations, like if you had siblings, like I did, and I had three of them, so I'm the fourth one, and everybody gained up, and I have one brother. So let's say all four of them, they're not liking one, or siblings go back and forth. They team up against one, or they don't like that one right now, so they stop speaking, and then you kind of like by yourself until one of them, roles reverse or change, right? That feeling right there, of feeling a discord from your youth, it can make or break somebody while you're young. I was the bold one. I was always, I was that one, not scared to speak up or to say how I felt. Wasn't disrespectful. This was very straightforward. Now, being straightforward or somebody being blunt, if you have someone to just tell the facts or tell it like it is, and it's with a strength or a force to it, it comes off as I could be seen as arrogant. What's the other word? Arrogant or um, bossy, or somebody that kind of like look down on, on people. I don't know why they get those ways. They never look at confidence. They don't look at, this person been through a lot. They earn a certain way to be proud and to be able to stand and be able to talk as a matter of fact. I am who I am. I am that I am. If the Lord told you who you are, and the Lord said, "You are my one," y'all my ones. Y'all the ones that speak for me. I watch you go through life. I watch you talk up for me. I watch you stand up for yourself. Now, listen, the more you stand up for yourself, even when you did, it's all right. I didn't learn to be strong. I knew certain things. I knew I was able to speak for myself or to speak up. Even when I was a child, I was always told by my mom, that's the mother I know. So whatever the other story is, I don't. I'm gonna just go by what I remember that I was taught. And all of my siblings had the same teacher. Did we all keep it? Some of us did for a good period of time, and it just didn't last like that, and it just ended up being one. And some of them went off the wagon. I got one of them to come close and get back on, and I did. It was short lived, but at the same time, nevertheless, it still happened in time. So out of my siblings, I got two left, but I'm only one still standing by myself. They still alive, but I'm on my own. Now, why is that? Why did I mention that? Why is that important? If you ever find yourself on your spiritual journey in this life, well, spiritual means that you coming into your God conscious self. You're just trying to be your own best self. That means you getting rid of this world out of yourself. You are detoxing the behavior of the shenanigans that they place, and they give us titles and permission and parades and things that goes against the Most High, that gave us this wonderful body. You see, he gave us this body, this, our features and things like that. Why don't we appreciate ourselves? Why do we want to change things and look like someone else if it's not a medical emergency? Is what I'm saying. When you cannot appreciate the things, that the way that God made us, the way, so even if you have some situations where, if you got skin condition, or you got whatever it is that we unhappy about, whether we got big stomach or whatever, because I'm not a little girl. I mean, I am. in stature, but my size, I got weight on me. They call me a thickums or whatever. I'm short. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not the point. What I'm saying is love yourself altogether. I found the best thing to discover. When you by yourself, you can enjoy going back over yourself. You should be able to love and embrace yourself from where you came from. Everybody has a story. So why not go back into your story and reflect off of your own and look back at your own journey so you could come back up and figure out, did you make some corrections in life? Did you get more on the right track? Did you start speaking up in the areas that you needed to get strong at? I'm not saying that I hit a home run. I hit a home run with the Most High. Is what I'm saying. I think that's supposed to be most important, and being conscious of, am I misleading or hurting or manipulating anyone just to get where I want to go? Do I get joy out of that? Do I like hurting people? Do I like to see people in pain, or to see mischiefs happen, or to see people confused in pain, or to hurt your loved one, or to hurt someone that you love because you don't know how to love, you don't know how to take it, so you mistreat it and abuse it. You don't see God's love. Listen, this is how the Most High loves us. He put people in our path, in our life, and those are the ones that make a life change, whether it's your parent or a significant other, friend, cousin, or brother, or niece, whatever it is. What I'm saying, he put people in our paths, and if those ones don't inspire a life change, some people just regular. You understand? They're not ordinary, it's not extraordinary. They passing through, but they have a purpose in my life. Now, the other ones that come to do a life change, those are the ones that's sent by the Most High. And you better understand that once we get past of being rocked to sleep, because this is what this world did to us. So I'm gonna go to that. Let me stay on this first because I could go all over the place. When you find yourself and you understand the beauty that God said, love is the greatest commandment. I took that one for myself. Now, listen to this. When I said, "Oh, I'm gonna pick that one," what happens is sometimes we pick things that's already was you anyway. You just lining up what's already was in you. I was already born as that, but at the same time, I'm not remembering. I'm just thinking that I'm picking something that I want to become. I was already that. I'm already love. So it's kind of ironic when I think about, I said, I was asking to be something I'm already in. But you got to say that because you don't remember everything. So what we don't remember in our past, while we came here, who we signed up, or who kid we decide to want to be, what experience we wanted to have in this life. Before you get down here, you already got a fight. You already got picked to see what kind of life you was going to have. We just don't remember it when we get here. So that's like you're sitting in, you're just in a room full of souls that has to wait for a particular time to come back, because some come back with a bigger purpose. Some come back with a smaller purpose. Let me tell you, the ones that do the smallest job, they get the smallest. They get the smallest part. Now, if you come and you do the other thing, but you did it in a big way, you was confident in being wrong. You was confident in being strong and doing things the wrong way for all the wrong reasons, and you were so strong and solid that you was right, even in your stupidness that you knew you didn't even suspect that you was wrong. You just knew. Man, you ever meet those people that just know they right? Now, people feel that way about me. Now, she thinks she right all the time. Well, am I? Yeah, most of the time, yes. Now, about other things, if it's about life or seeing something in advance or something that's going to happen or I say certain things, that is going to happen. That is the truth. Now, people can make believe that I'm not going to say I'm not going to count that as no miraculous. That could be anything. That's a coincidence. How could you know that such stuff was going to die? And well, even though you sat there, okay, well, you just got lucky. You just have because that person was sick. So you will hear people say all kinds of excuses because they don't want to give you, they don't want to acknowledge you for who you are. I never considered myself a reader, or I just didn't. I knew I could see things, but I didn't know the word for it. So when you don't listen, people, we got so many discoveries about ourselves. We only got them know that we got so many different gifts from each other that the Lord gave. But how would you know if you're not inspired about nothing about yourself? You looking around. I been looking all over. I couldn't find nobody. Couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater. Nobody greater. Nobody greater than you. Now, after you search all over, shouldn't you come back to the person that looks in the mirror when you looking at you? Who you gotta say? Who do you represent? Who do you stand up for? Who's your God? Who do you praise? Who do you say you give your glory and honor to? If you could say that and you walking in a straight light, and your life is life, and because you didn't give up on yourself, you have got to be that person. After you don't search all over, I've been looking, I couldn't find nobody. I look high and low, I still couldn't find nobody. Well, what the hell is you talking for? Who are you then? That's my thing. Who are you if you done searched all over and you couldn't find nobody? I'm not even pure. Well, you have to find something. If you never read the scripture, for people that don't read or don't go to church, you ain't got to do all that. What I am going to say is, if you choose to, you can. If it's going to help you to live and guide you on a path where you can live a decent life and you can find some type of structure, the do's and the wrong, the do's and the don'ts in this life, thou should not cross no one. Be careful. Be kind to everyone. You don't have to know who everybody serves. You don't want to get on the wrong person radar. That's in the light or the dark. Now you get one of those that know both. They know karate, they know karacha, and they know crazy. And they like an owl. They can see and turn their head. They can see in the front and the back. Some people you don't want to mess with. You just don't. Just better to be cordial. Don't do nothing to put somebody on your radar, because that's how the darkness do too. If you kind of like cool and you just, I'm just passing through. How you doing? How's that? Oh, come on in. How you doing? And you just being cordial, and you go through life like that with friends and family. Now, what happens if somebody crossed the line and you get into an argument? How should that be? Well, depends on the argument. What is it that you're arguing about, and how worth it is it to you? And what is it? Is it about money? Is it about respect? Is it boundaries? Was a line crossed? was something taken for granted? Was you made a fool of? Did people dismiss you? Was you overlooked? All of those things have a valid point of what makes an argument worth it, but then you get to pick out of those what's worth it to you. If it's not, and you're able to say, you know what, I don't care what it is. They did all those things. They crossed all lines. I'm good with you. I'm just going to walk away. I'm finished with you. Whether you say it or not, or you could just do it. Either way, it's called, that is a silent force. That's the technique. It's a beautiful technique. It's called keep your hands to yourself. Keep your dreams to yourself. Share with no one but the Most High. If it have nothing to do with this world and it's otherworldly, it's outerworldly, like my thing, who I was going to share something to? No one. Man, what you mean? That's what I mean. There was no one to share it with. I have to just go back to that one. I said, Lord, I don't understand what it's kind of weird down here. This is not what I'm used to. It's not nice. I don't understand. I don't get this part. Listen, my people, talk to me the same as he talked to you. You have to endure. You have to discover. You need this. I understand it's not your norm. You like peace. I understand. Your spirit is mine. But you have to live this world so you can feel everything. Heat, joy, water, air, dryness. When our mouth get dry, we tired, our eyes start itching. Listen, it's not enough moisture. Everything when it's not enough moisture. So I can complete what I said. These things happen in increments because it needs to be able to teach us who we are as we continue to move ahead. If we never learn some of the things that we should learn, how the hell are you gonna know about what the hell you're capable of? How would you know? If you never push yourself and you didn't see, okay, I'm in a situation, there's nobody. I need, I don't have, but I need or I want. Your needs, our needs, I'm gonna say ours because I'm included. Our needs and wants need to line up with the Most High. It has to be whatever it is that's fruitful for our life. If it don't, then you ain't gonna get it. And that's another thing that goes along with that. If you ask for something and you say you believe, but you believe not, and you don't believe that you should live a certain way, it is not. Let me tell you, it is not easy. It is very challenging. It's the most challenging part that I ever did in my life. Because to be challenged, you're challenging you. After you get past this world, now, let me tell you what it means. It means that you don't have any connections with the system. That don't mean like how I'm watching. That's not the same. You can watch YouTube and still not have nothing to do with this world. Your mind is just not what the hell they thinking about and what they prescribe for you. It's just like going to the doctor and they give you a prescription. They say, what's your problem? Oh, I got a little stomach ache. I've been having little problems on my left side near my groin area. For a woman or a man, whatever. Oh, it sounds like you can have some stomach issue, or you could. Are you having any problem peeing? It could be a bladder, blah 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 blah. Anyway, they try to find something that they can give you some medication for. Do we know these people? No, but we go to them anyway, and then we got the nerve to judge other people. How? How does that even make sense? You'll go to somebody with a lab coat. You don't know them. The first thing, what did we hear? What was we told from when we was little? Don't talk to strangers. We was not. It said, don't take no candy. Look at my hand. I don't have no candy. But whatever it is, don't take nothing and put it in your hand. Don't take nothing from strangers. Don't get in a stranger car, especially around Halloween. They used to be back in the 80s and stuff. They used to, you want some candy, little boy or girl? You want to go for a ride? And we was told, don't go in nobody's car. Don't ride nothing with nobody. If my parents didn't say, this person can pick my child up from school, my child don't go. This don't happen. This, that. It was rules of discipline. It was discipline. Although children were still getting snatched and they put them on the milk cartons. You remember them? Like about 4 to 6 kids in a row, or sometimes 12, depending on the carton or whatever. The point is, they was taking children. Why? Because why do you think they do it? It's power in the blood. Kids is easy to be impressionable. They're easy to be scared or made or mold. What I'm saying is, these people we go to, we ask this world to tell us things, and these are strange people. We are in a strange time. And because it doesn't look like it, it doesn't seem like it. This one don't look like that. They don't talk like that. Can you determine somebody's faith by the way they look? Can you? Or you only let us see what we could taste, touch, feel, enjoy, listen, write about, orders, program, gotta do. I'm just doing my job. Listen, I'd rather say that all day. I'm going to say it. I'm just doing my job. When you work for the Most High and you reading his words and be like, don't shoot the messenger. Come on, I'm just saying. We can, as God's people, is chosen. For the ones, everybody that's chosen is still a work in progress, even for myself. I'm learning and I'm listening to the Most High, and I'm listening to my people, and I'm listening to the things that we must wake up to. If you've been broken into pieces, I've been broken into pieces. Life is shining from above, but he'll never put more on me than I can bear. If you listen to those words that the Lord is guiding you, he would never leave us and take his light in our life from us if it's still more to be preserved and we still got more room to grow. If you don't take the seed in yourself to replant yourself, I love every bit of myself. I love me. I am fascinated with me. When you get to that part, because people like, listen, everybody, we should do that. We should feel, you know why? Go back and say, who could have did that race better than you? Who could have fought your own fight for you? Who felt your feelings for you? Who cried and knew how you felt inside better than you? Who sat with you when the Lord said, I'm not finished with you. I hear you crying. I see your tears. I'm kissing everyone. I'm lifting you. You're my ones. I made you to be durable. The other ones is going to be used as the fake ones, and they're going to be used as an example. Those are imposters. If you say you mine, then where's my strength? Where's your force? Why are you not certain? Why are you not in the know? After you get past the belief people, you better get to a part where you got them. No, I know who I am. I know who I represent. I represent a power that gave me authority. Nobody can beat it. Nobody can steer it around. Nobody can turn him down. Nobody can make him quit and change his mind and scratch his head and say, nah, I think I'm going to sit down and quit. Who? Who's going to sacrifice the Most High to his own creation? They thought it's people. I sound crazy even when I say, but it's crazy people out there that think you could take the Most High. I could take the Most High and sacrifice him to his lesser vessel that's walking around that he gave authority to down here. Why he came down here in the first place? Because he wanted to be in power. He wanted the same, just wanted to be, not share, wanted to overthrow the Most High. I created you. You disrespectful. Now, listen to that, because that's how we come off to the Most High. If he created us, why are we acknowledging everything and everybody else except acknowledging ourselves? We have changed ourselves up. My lips are pretty full. So I'm natural. In case we fill our lips up if they was a little thin. Ouch. Oh. Sorry, my cat scratched me. So when we are looked at in a certain way where we think we need to change ourselves, I don't like this about me. I think I need bigger boobs. Think I need a bigger butt. I need a fat ass, whatever it is that you want to do. If it's nothing wrong with you, and you don't have a sickness or ailment or anything that says why you need to change any of your parts. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just saying how you look to the Most High. It looks crazy. These people is goddamn. I'm gonna say it in my own because he let me. We could all be part of the Most High and still be ourselves. Oh, you said a curse. God don't tell nobody what God don't allow. If He put that person in that spirit, their spirit is to be kind, and it's not to be derogatory or to belittle or to dominate or to take over or to make somebody feel small. You can be yourself and use those words if you choose to. Now, some people choose not to. Then don't use it. It doesn't make you big or smaller. If you, well, I never curse. I don't care if you never did. But if your mind don't work and you do everything to the opposite of what you should be doing for yourself, and you thinking about everything else, and you never curse, maybe you probably should have. Because if that's the only thing you didn't do, but you did everything that you shouldn't have did, and it didn't work out good for you, then maybe it's not so much. Well, I'm restricting myself, and I only drink coffee. I only drink black coffee. I don't put sugar. I don't like nothing white. I don't drink nothing white. I don't like nothing white. I don't care what it is. I'm just saying, you got people that's like that. It doesn't. It just means that you have a preference. Or you can have an off balance of things that's white. It could be a trigger. Or you could say, I don't like milky things. I don't like white sugar. I don't like anything that is white. I will hope that you're not saying that about your sperm because usually that is supposed to be the color. It shouldn't be brown. It shouldn't be orange. It shouldn't look pink. It shouldn't look red. It should not be any other color than cream white. Okay. Or off white. Either way, in those range. So when people say they don't like certain things, be careful what you're saying while we're saying it, because our words have more authority and weight than we think. If we change our body and we don't like certain things, it's a disrespect to the Most High. Why is that? Because if He made us a certain way, and if we have a SpongeBob body and say, well, I got a SpongeBob shape, and people make fun at me, or I can't fit my clothes, I'm too big, I'm too top heavy, my back hurt, whatever it is. I didn't say not to do certain things. I said, just think about it. Because if the Lord made us a certain way, and it's not a health condition where it needs to be fixed or be corrected, I'm just saying, think about why do He make us a certain way if we got funny looking teeth, or if we able to fix some things and to present ourselves better, we should want to get better. When I didn't have, and I was when I was going to church, and I had some church sisters that helped me to take me shopping. They helped me to get some outfits so I can look like everybody else. I can have, because I remember that somebody helped me is what I'm saying. I remember that. I didn't need to help them in the same way. I didn't need to help the same people that helped me. I knew it was going to be a time in my life because I didn't just get help one time. I got helped a few times, not in the same area, sometimes in the same, but in a different way. And then I watched God do things for me because He sent people to do things for me. I knew that it's going to be a time where I'm going to give and I'm going to help someone and I'm going to have to do it. The difference is, do you know when life is teaching you to be better or to take something and appreciate everything that God do for you? I said that to say this. When I got better, I thought about getting dressed and being my best for the Most High, because I remember when I wasn't, but my heart was still good. But I wanted to show Him that I can, if anything that He did or brought me from and who He used to do it, can I show up my best? Can I be my best? Because this one send people in their spirit to come to me to help me to go through it. The blessing and the lesson of life is appreciate who and what you are. Let people, don't change who you are. We're going to miss the goddamn point. Leave ourselves the way it is, especially if we're not broke. You can be made to be fixed. You can fix yourself, enhance yourself, whatever it is that we need to do. The whole thing is remind yourself, am I disrespecting the part that the Most High made? If that's the Creator, He made us a certain way. Why are we not grateful? Men and women, why do you need to change or to use substance or money or things that have nothing to do with genuine? Let someone care for you. Let them like you the way you like you. Let them love you the way you love you. Even when you don't feel, let somebody inspire you as you aspire yourself. Lift yourself so you don't have to think about somebody else uplifting you, because if they never do, I knew to turn to me. I didn't care what the enemy was saying. Listen, they could say whatever they want. When you got the Most High, you said, look, the Most High got me in my spirit, that no matter, I was in the jam, but He sent protection over me even when I didn't know. I was putting myself in harm's way and I didn't even know it, but I was spared. I got home safe. Who could do it? Most High. When I say the Most High, my people, when I say the Most High, I'm talking about the angels, our ancestors. You got spiritual, a whole spiritual team. Some of us, everybody don't have the same. I'm thank God that I'm covered from every side, mean and clean. I got the roughest side on my team. Listen, when they say we ain't alone, we are not. That's why you can call on our spiritual God. Give me guidance, give me light. Let me know which way to go, because I can't trust my own sight. I love the Lord and all therein, because that's the one that helps us do it again and again and again. If you have a winning spirit, why shouldn't you win? Why shouldn't you win? It doesn't mean that life is not going to get hard or it's not going to be a little push and pull. I welcome that. And because let me tell you something of how to look at it. I said a lot of things. I said don't trust strangers. Don't change yourself. Now, why I said okay, because I know I do that. I just hope that people follow along. Don't change yourself. Don't trust strangers. Now, we are not the strangers. Who are the strangers? I'm talking about strange people, because we not every day you walking up and down the street, or you talking not even to your family, telling them about your medical history, or telling them about the things that you've been through. When something dramatic ever happened to you, some things we don't even share with each other. Why are we so apt to tell some strangers about what's happening in our body, and then they tell us? It reminds me just like the bank, and they say it's confidential. No matter who you call, it's always a different person, and you want to know what's going on with your account. That person, everybody's looking at your account. And I mean, am I making it up? Now, usually, if I'm talking, this queen here, I'm not going to tell anybody to Google nothing. I usually won't. But then again, I don't know. But I usually don't, because I like to use life, because everybody experienced it. Everybody knows somebody that anything that I'll talk about, we lived it, we've seen it, somebody heard it, somebody know about it, and somebody wrote it. It's history. You understand? So I don't like series and all them. I'm not telling nobody not to use it, not to like them. I just like to use less things about these things in the world that they made. If I can use myself and I can be whatever God made, and I'm wonderfully made, why can't I be just me? Why can't I be sufficient to use whatever it is, that I don't have to use other things to represent anything or to back up anything that I'm saying? I'm not saying to anybody else. I'm just saying the part that I'm meant to play, and I think about doing things differently. If I could just use myself and use life, that's sufficient. You see, before Satan made all these other things, we just had ourselves in this. We had our brain. We had to use it. We had calculators. These people got all kinds of gadgets to help them now. They got the GPS. They got every goddamn thing. The phone tell you anything. You can ask Google, Siri, or Bixby, or whatever their names is. All these goddamn intuitions or institutions or devices and AIs and They got all kinds of artificially intelligent. They're not artificially anything. They robots that take data and information and watch us. And hey, how would you think? What would you like? And sometimes if it's too nosy, why don't you ask it, since we like to ask a question? And especially once you ask somebody asks a question, how come my life has turned out like this? Series, when I was this age, how come this happened to me? Why did my dad ask it some real questions so you can see how much you know? And if it know how to answer some shit about you, I don't know if I would want that around. It would know too much. That means it's studying you. I don't need no device studying me that much. And we already got him. Our phone pick up shit and it start uh, popping up and like, oh, what you said? What you want to know? A Gemini or whatever it is. Some things that be popping up on my phone. I don't pay it no mind. It's going to do what it's going to do. Long as the enemy, no matter what tool it use, your mind needs to be stronger than whatever it is that's trying to use or control you. If it knows something, it cannot know more than you. I don't care what it knows. If somebody, listen, I don't know, maybe some people is predictable like that. I'm going to say this. You, as long as you know yourself and you trust yourself and you thankful for how your mind, you thankful for the spirit that you got in your heart that you have. It lets you love even through the times that is bad. You able to find something of reassurance in your spirit to say, is it enough to take my heart? Is it enough to tear me away from myself? Is it enough? If your answer is no, then you're going to keep going. Look, I looked at life as a journey. Let me go back before I get to that, because I know I want to clarify some things, because I do go on and finish one thing. So why I say strangers, because when we go to these people, we telling them things that we can study ourselves. You don't have to be a nurse or go to medical school to learn about your own body, to study about certain things about the brain. If I catch this, or if this happened to the body, what else, how the body is able to sustain, or whatever. You could do your own research, is what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm not saying I never went to the doctor and I didn't take my kids. I did. I'm telling us it's time to wake up. We don't have to keep doing it. We can learn how to take care of ourselves. We can self-heal ourselves. We can self-protect ourselves. And they say, well, how can you can't protect yourself? Only God can do that. Well, let me tell you. You can. Because the Most High protect people. Yes, he protects us even when we don't protect ourselves, babies and fools and people that don't really know, but we think we know and we really still don't know better. Excuse me. So, in saying that sometimes we don't know when to know when. I learned to trust the Lord. That's all I knew, even from when I was a little girl. When I was 10, I just knew. I knew of him. Now, listen carefully. I knew of the Lord. I respected the Lord. What I didn't have, I had a relationship, but I think it wasn't strong. So when you don't really trying to think of the word, when you don't when you don't really know who in tune with who you are at a young age, but you know you here. You here. I'm gonna tell you, the Most High did it for me. He did it for me. Now, when I say he did it for me, he do it for all of us that knows. And you're going to sound like me. He did it for me. He did it for me. Now, that's what we all say individually. He did it for me. And then we could say collectively, he did it for us. Right? Separately and collectively, that's the Most High. That's the God that I trust. Not that thing they put in the court. In God we trust. They trust money is a business. Well, God, he got a different type of system. I like that system. I like that business. Because when you do that one, that one has more weight. It has more life. It's for somebody else. It's to save somebody else's life or to save many and rise us up and saying, I take back who I am. God made me to be right. You know what? I'm right. How can you be wrong if you acknowledge that you're wrong about the things you was wrong about? That still make you right because you did the right thing. You took credit for when you was wrong. You see? Find everything. I don't never see nothing negative. I just I just don't. I don't see life as bad. I don't see Satan as bad because I realize those are my friends. I don't need to be wicked and evil to be my friends. They're respectful. I work for the one that give all authority to everything. Everything bows down to that one. If you work for that one, surely the other ones have to work for you too. You see? It's not what you do, it's how they respect you. The other side, yes, they respect the light. When you respect, when they can't help but to respect you because they can't break you. And you still nice at it. You're not bitter and you're not hateful and you're not miserable. Who is this one that they say that walk around that never is angry about or bitter? No, I get angry. But I get angry at different reasons for what most people think about getting angry about. I don't think about somebody stole. Okay, oh they stole your money. Oh they slept with your man. Okay, is that yeah? If you got a sibling or a mother or whatever, something like that. That's most people respond in a fighting way. I want to beat you up. I want to punch you in the ding ding. I want to punch you in the mouth. I want to get your eyes blackened. Well, there's another way. You say, you know what? Why am I fighting these people? What spirit is this? Well, that's how I started analyzing. Because when I wasn't a good judge of character, I had to go within. When you take your time going within, so when people say, what is that? It's called meditation. That's the real kind. Not just knowing the Bible words and reading the scripture and messing with people's brain and twisting it up and then going outside and come back and watch their life get miserable because you're playing with it and they act like you ain't had nothing to do with it. Those ones. Those are the ones that God is lighting up. He said, expose those cracker jacks. Get them tricksters. Tricksters for kids. Get them. A lot of them are. Do you know that we got more adult babies, more adult children than ever before? Or is that something I just observed? And you got more older, more younger. Let me say it again. Let me correct myself. It's a lot more older, younger children that's walking around more than before. And you got more younger children that's older. What happened? What's happening? What's happening? You got older people that never grew up. Okay. They just didn't. They just grew into their age and they just elder and older and they look like they still good looking for their age or whatever it is, but their mindset did not mature. It did not mature. What you mean? If you still jealous and you still see racism and you still see black and white because they started it off, I'm going to tell you, it was a trick. It was a trick. The trick was, let's blind them. Let's get them with hatred, and they would never know. We're going to use color to take them out. The strongest one, they fighting for freedom and all that. We marching and protesting. Freedom, justice or else. Justice or else. My mom was a magnificent type of freedom fighter. And she stood for justice. We both in the same. She's an Aries like me. Both had the same birthday, April the 10th. We both was one and the same, but different. We had different temperament, same fire, same passion, but in a different way. Now, we never was upset at the same time, for other people. You know, if somebody got my mom mad or upset, usually we're not upset at the same time. One of us was always calm, and one of us was, if I was hot, she was my calm. Or if we was hot, it depends on what it is. We don't like, we stood for righteous and justice and fairness. That is what I'm about. Balance and fairness. I believe people being fair. I believe being fair to the Most High. Don't change yourself because you don't like something that you think other people don't like about you. God damn, so what? Let them not like it. If you lose something about you, that takes away why God made you. Then He can't. You messing up the purpose that if you do it, you're just going to be used as an example. I'm gonna just tell you that. That's what you're going to become. The ones that leave ourselves alone. Whatever it is, be happy whatever we got, because that spirit inside you, He want people to see. He want us to see how we're going to treat each other. Let me drink some water. Okay. He want us to see how we're going to treat each other. So if we don't treat each other good, I like this way. I don't need that much light. Y'all can see me. Okay. So when we don't treat ourselves and love every impurity, every nick and cranny, every mistake, every setback, because that's something that made our heart take a break and then reset. Did you get better from when you was 10 to 20, from 20 to 30? Every 10 years, did you learn something new about yourself? Or did you learn something about yourself yesterday that you didn't know today? Did you learn something that you knew today that you didn't learn yesterday? Whatever it is, find something and enjoy and say, thank you, Lord. Because if it wasn't for you, what if it wasn't me? If the Lord sends somebody to love you or to like you, let somebody like you for you. Don't change anything because you don't know if that person is genuine. If they like you because what you got, your assets and the glings and the blangs or whatever it is, and they said, nah, I like your style, but your style is to allure, is to attract, not to attract a man or to attract a woman, to like your essence, not your physical parts. I learned, I had to learn. So that means when I say I had to learn, please understand, when somebody say they had to learn, that means that they didn't know. Okay? That means that I wasn't always in the know. I wasn't always, man, I've been through this. Yeah, I have been some places. Life has did something. I have been blessed beyond this worldly measure. That doesn't make me not a person that can't get caught up or not be okay, not taken advantage of is what I'm trying to say. We all, that's how we learn. So, because with the good ones, we just thinking everybody's nice and friendly. I'm just traveling. Everybody's nice and smiling. Hey, how you doing? They giving. They very nice and kind. They say good morning. So we think everybody's friendly. I'm saying this is how the lesser ones. I'm gonna call them distractions. I'm not going to say Satan or evil one. I'm going to say the distractions, okay? Because distractions come in many forms and many different ways. So anything could be a distraction. It could be a phone call. It could be people that you talk to, your whole circle. Some people in your family, some people ain't. Some people you know, some people you don't. Some people you remember, some people you never care to remember. Some people you never want. Either way, what I'm saying is keep going on your goddamn way. Learn yourself anyway. Don't put no pressure on yourself. Learn something about yourself. Learn that you mature. You got to use your intuition. If you don't, then you're not paying attention and you can't be part of God's mission. You just can't. Now, the ones, there's two people in the world, there's two sides, and there's a whole goddamn thing that comes out of those two sides. It's so many different layers, but it's not a lot. I'm going to tell you, it's simple. It's simple. Now, so other people say, well, how can you say it's simple? Because it's one and two. If you know which one of the two you are, then it's easy to know who you ain't. Either you're a distraction or you're the celebration to whatever life is about to happen. So either you're an eyewitness to good news or you're an eyewitness to a distraction. It can be very bad for you. Okay? Now you got people that knows how to maneuver the distractions, because they know there's distraction. They chose the distraction side. When people think about why God said, I made you fearless and wonderfully made, because it's things that we could do with this physical self that we don't have to do after we die. That's what they call it, right? There's no such thing as death. Energy cannot be killed or destroyed, it just gets transferred. Everything I am and everything I'm saying is energy, right? This is my spirit speaking within inside me. If I'm not in this body, do the voice, do that spirit still talk? Can that spirit still speak? Yes. It has a voice, it has a force, it has a power. Listen to me. How can we not be wonderfully, and fiercely made, and we think that it's color? Do you think they beat us because our color? Because they didn't really want us to know how to read? Only? Or do you think that it was just because they didn't want us to okay, they didn't want us to work, they didn't want us to do a lot of things like them, but guess what? It was already in our gene before they got here. Before they got here. Let me see. 16 something. I don't know, to be exact. But I do know it wasn't always white. And we was not slaves all our years of living that since the creation of earth got here. And people got to stop saying that because it's not goddamn true. Now, I'm going to tell you, you can say it all you want. I'm telling you that we all was hooked. So please don't think I'm yelling and being mean to you. I'm just saying that we all had a wool pulled over our eyes. None of the books got the truth in it. It's watered down. I got a lot of things I want to say about a lot of things that I don't agree with. And I think if my people, if you listen to me, follow me, because this is God saying, tell all the little secrets. Okay? So what I'm going to tell you is, why do we pay for things? Why are we doing things that go outside the grain? Why are we not an example of whatever it is that we want life to be? Why shouldn't you be the example of what you want life to be? Why can't you live your life the way you want? Not what you have. Not I'm when I say that, because whatever you have, you should have inwardly. Everything you need implanted. If you didn't learn enough, if you didn't live enough, then maybe because you got to keep going. If you're in your 20s and you didn't really have a lot of life experience happen to you, keep going. You're not ready to be made yet. You need life to make us. We need to be tested with our faith. We need to be scared to death. If you're scared and you corner, what do? You feel like you're in a trap. Do you give yourself, depending on where you at, you two robbers or a robber standing at you with a gun? I never faced that in that way. But I had life challenging me where it made me feel that I had a gun to me. And it make you feel like, sometimes you don't have to use the actual, but you can have something that actually made you feel the same way. Like something was controlling and they had the power over you. And you felt like you was powerless. You know what makes me feel those feelings when I felt like that? This governmental world. If you need their Social Security, if you need any goddamn thing, HRA, you need them to help you to do some shit. If you got a Medicaid card and you don't keep up with your whatever it is, you need all these things, and they want you to tell them every life story you ever had so they can see comfortable to help you with some of your money or the things you was entitled to. Why? Because we stayed here, we lived here, we worked for it, we was born here. What you mean? You can never own nothing, not one thing. You always got to pay every month for everything. What God do you say you serve? What power and might would make his children desolate or to make us hurt, suffering. And I say, where's God at? Why are we going through this? Why you would let these things happen? How come the president? So why did all these things is happening? Oh, you of a little faith. You of little faith of a mustard seed. Why don't you have that? Why would you not? What would make you doubt me? I'm just saying, these are the Lord's words. This is what he asked me to speak. Why do we doubt him? Why do we think that he need money and make us work hard to never to accomplish nothing? Never to get nothing. You ain't never gonna be paid up for as long as you live. If you buy a house, you still got to pay property tax, water tax, this tax, and you got. If you in school, you got to pay school fees. You have all these got financial student loans and whatever kind of things, your credit card loans, and credit debt, and all that. Do you think the Most High would set us up and make these things and put us in a trap? Somebody got to think about that and holler back. This is not the Most High that's been governing us. I have a problem because our people been going the wrong way for the wrong reason and thinking about the wrong things. This system that we in, it needs to crash. Oh, what about our Social Security? What about people with Social Security? Oh my God, what's what happened to the rest of us? I don't know. What you think would happen? How would you live it? We gonna all get graded and all get according to how we lived, our life purpose, whether you know it or not, how you fared with each other, how we cared about each other. If you didn't inspire nobody, if you didn't change somebody's heart, if you didn't put a smile on somebody's face, many times if you didn't correct a lot of your wrongs to make yourself to be more right, to be righteous, to make better decisions, if you didn't do none of those things, and you want to know how come things is happening to you, you brought your own self, your own goddamn pain. How come you say that? Well, listen, everybody got free will. Everybody know how to change. I mean, it's up to us. If we don't like what we like, we don't like certain things. We listen. The same way we put on our clothes, right? And say, I don't like this outfit. I'm gonna change. That is the same type of force and the same magnitude and the same amount of effort it takes to change some shit about yourself that you don't like. Oh, I'm slow. I need to get more faster. I need to prepare myself. Whatever the measures is, I learned to measure myself. I took pride in analyzing why this world was doing everything and I had to do some things. Listen, I'm going to tell you, don't let this world work for you. You don't, I'm saying, I said it backwards. Don't work for the world. Let the world work for you. Go shopping the same way how you would do anything else. You pick out the things that you want to experience. You try the things that you like and you enjoy the things that you find out the things that you don't like and you try that too. And you say, yeah, I don't like that much. Or you go to the beach. Oh, I don't like this beach. It's kind of cool, but I don't like this. I don't like this pool. I don't like this pool that much. I like this type of food, but I stopped eating and I don't eat that so much. You see what that's called? Adjustment. It's called changing. Who? You. Who you got to believe that could do it? Yourself. Why you got to trust yourself? Because who else is going better to trust other than you? Now, listen carefully. Don't trust yourself emptily. I'm not talking about put your whole self and be like, oh, I can make my own. It's better to make your decisions with the Most High. If you're not thinking about, let me put the Most High, I'm saying for most things, especially when it comes, and for myself, I got to listen to myself too. So anything I'm saying goes for me too. Now, people might hear my words and trying to change it up. You cannot change up a fact that God said, I love you. Who's going to argue that? I don't care. Make it up and shoot yourself. It doesn't really matter. And you ain't literally not with a gun, but you can go to sleep. I don't care how you want to do it. It is still one power that owns all authority. Now, distractions own one. They only rule is to kill. Listen, they have a whole method. They got a little list. Their whole thing is hate and envy, break, disintegrate, distort, and destroy, to get rid of, eradicate. That is their whole assignment. Get them. Who? All of them. Is there any particular ones? Yes, especially chosen ones. How come them? They the smart ones. They the ones that if they get to their potential, they'll see us and they'll burn us out and they'll crash everything down. You must not let that happen. And they sign up to be some computer robot and something that they let this world tell them who and what they could be, who to go after. So when listen, people, the ones that sign up for this secret society and they join these Masonic missions and temples and they get into some things at 33rd degree, the Masons, the Masonic, I think I said that what else they call it, the hierarchy, whatever it is, right? It goes all the way up to the Pope, to the whitest Pope, to the Pope. These people is in power because of what? They are high-ranking demons in the flesh. Now, what that means, that every religion is bullshit. Now, please listen. I said it. Whether you're Muslim, these are for people in my family. If you aunts, cousins, and uncles, or Muslim or Christian or wherever you is, all religions. I'm going to say it again because I like to say nice and proud and loud. And whoever tried to tell me I'm wrong, I don't care because God told me I'm right. So I can tell you, you're wrong. All religions is bullcrap. Why? Because it teaches us to be religious. And it's a programming type of mindset that doesn't allow them to think for themselves. Everything they think about or talk about, they never really talk about themselves. They all have a signature type of mindset. Some of them might go off script, but not really. You would have to ask them. Some people is really like just only what this world told them and taught them, and they only talk about the things of. They don't talk about behavior or why you shouldn't follow. They made rules. This is what I'm trying to say. This is not the Most High plan. This is not. They messed it up and put themselves in front and imitated, impersonated the Most High beauty. Okay, they impersonated. Now, why I say that? Because they try to do things and make it seem like it's them because they made movies of things that God already told us about. The Ezekiel will. It is spaceships and people seen it. So if they seen it, like, oh, those people's crazy. Remember, one time it was a conspiracy theory back in the 80s and 90s and coming into the 2000s. They had problems of making people don't believe. Don't believe. That's a conspiracy. They are spreading lies. Don't listen. Now, they can't say that because not too long ago, we heard that the ones that was watching around this time to 2030, that shit is going to be different. And we're going into a different time. It's time to raise our conscience so we can be able to see a brand new life going back to the beginning. What that means? That means that we need to be thinking about paying attention to this world that we're in. If this world is full of distractions, then you would have to be the difference from the distraction. Now, which one are you? Some people try to be both. You can't. Because if you come against the real ones that actually did the work to heal ourselves, to really sit down and think about, analyze our life. Some people analyze their life differently from others. I analyze the shit out of mine. I was analyzing so many things all at one time, and I'm taking notes of different things. If a person do this, and I feel like this, but if I got hurt and I was dismissed of my, like, having someone that's close to you to betray. Now, everybody know what betrayal is, whether it's your sister or somebody, especially somebody sleeping with somebody you care about. Your kid's father, your kid's mother, or your wife, your husband, your daughter, your mom, your father, your uncle, your brother, your sister. Listen, all of those things we feel sad about when it's done inappropriately. and people cross lines. I get to sit back and think about whether it happened to me or not, if it's somebody else's story, incest, all kinds of stuff. I think about where would that mind have to be and what spirit is in that person and what do that person have to have missing. What will cause a person to do some of the things? So we just dismiss them. Like, I don't care. They did it. They need to get locked up. I think like that too, but not really. I did. What I'm saying, once you keep elevating, you think deeper and deeper about the root of a situation and the cause and to be the solution to fix it. I analyze a lot of things all at one time. The most part, this world try to study. You cannot study every goddamn body. Know why? Because you don't even know who you're studying and you don't even know what they're capable of. Why? Because you can't determine that. What thermometer you got? What device do you have that you can that they could use to say I can measure this person's strength and their faith, and I can have the exact ingredient and the exact time and post to afflict this person and stop them from believing in themselves. Did you see my eyes? I love myself. When I watch myself, I crack myself up all the time. But in any case, what I'm saying is, what measurement do they got to determine anybody's strength and faith about themselves? Not a goddamn thing. None. So only way they could determine is if you give up your own birthright, which is your spirit of your brain and your heart. If you give up your heart and change it for this world, that's when you meet people that's heartless. That's when you hear narcissists and things like that. These people was born without compassion. They know how to say it. They don't really know how to show it. Or they don't show it to you. Or maybe because they don't have. And they get angry because they don't have something that should have came in it, built within. Now, when you go to someone, a chosen or what twin flame or whatever it is, anybody that you go to, whether I'm just keep it simple. And that person, that man or woman, men, please listen, I love y'all. And you have to stop thinking that it's not enough black women out here. It's not enough strong women. Yes, strong don't mean that we need to lift buildings. We should not have to be building up cars and carrying cars up to the goddamn tallest part of the building and putting it on the roof. You don't need to be a construction worker to say I'm a strong woman or I'm a strong man because I can pull cars on my back and I can tape them and put strings and put chains into a truck and put it into my skin and walk with it and I'm the mightiest man. Listen, I'm not talking about that type of strength. That's courageous because most people can't do that. But guess what else strength a lot of people can't do? They don't have the strength of life. They buckle. That pressure. Man, listen, the pressure of life, you better either be ready or go all the way out or sit down and say, Lord, I'm not built for this. Please, people that's unbuilt, don't mess with people that are. People that went through stuff, ask questions so you don't hurt yourself later. Don't start tempting and picking and thinking that you could gain up on people or use men and women. Stop using each other. It's stupid. We need each other. We really do. And you're going to find out for the distractions of the land that's on the distracting side of the world that worship anything other than the Most High because they live for this world. Why you live for this world? What is it going to do for you? I'm going to tell you. It give me degrees, give me good food, give me good eat. I get to travel. I get to sightsee. I get to go to different countries. I get to wait till my job tell me I can take a vacation. I wait till my job tell me Thanksgiving I can go travel to see my family. I wait for Christmas so they can tell me I could take some days off from Christmas. I come back in the next year and I can celebrate and I can still keep my job. I've been there for 27 damn years and I'm not going to leave till I'm 30 or till I'm 98. What? Listen, I'm just exaggerating the length. But if you can be somewhere for 27 years, listen, This world makes us conditioned, is what I'm saying. It makes us complacent to where if you don't have a career job, then you're not going to get good benefits. You know, you got paid into it, a 401k and stuff like that. I don't think I was ever interested in wanting to do that. I never knew why. I just did. When I was like much younger, I'm in my 40s. So when I was like in my 20s and 30s, I still didn't. I don't know. I just quite didn't get it. I didn't like, because you don't still